But yeah, with that said, we still have more fantastic rivals lined up. Losers quarters, let's go. Darai versus Penguin, but Penguin on the Ori. This is, again, Penguin just rocking with the Ori. I respect it. I have been an Ori top 1 believer for a very long time now. And it makes me happy to see Penguin repping it. But yeah, important to remember, Penguins and losers. Lost to Spiker, lost to the Forsburn, which I think that, you know, the Ori was designed as kind of a counterpick to Forz. So, I mean, this is there's no better practice than top 8 of a tournament.
For sure. Like, you can get all of the data you need just by playing. Okay, well, you can get all the data you need by playing against the right players in all of these different conditions. Darai sometimes just kind of has these games, though. As a New Yorker that gets to witness this more on multiple occasions, Darai just gets to sometimes be the better player.
The data is don't get hit by Rano. I mean, it's valuable data. It is valuable data.
Easy.
2-stock lead here for Darai, and oh my god. I mean, Penguin is finally able to get a moment to breathe, but you need more than that. You need to gain control of the game, and Darai is not stopping anytime soon. Still carrying this momentum throughout disadvantage, it feels like. You know, Penguin's hitting Darai, but it still doesn't feel like Penguin's in the lead somehow.
And you've got reversal buttons like Rano has, where you know, the ability to both charge needles in midair and switch the side you're facing, a frame 4 back air. But Penguin letting that up strong rip covering all of the space that Darai continues to occupy around these two, this one, sometimes 2 platforms.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about people who are very platform movement heavy, is that you can just kind of throw out hitboxes sometimes in that general area and they'll just run it. That's the thing about being unpredictable with your movement, is like, that's why it's so important, because if you just are like, yeah, wave dash, wave land, all of this stuff, then it's going to be easy to call out. But yeah, game number 1, parry down strong. Again, tail as always time, going to Darai. It did seem like Penguin was closing the gap a little bit, so we're going to see what she can do in game number 2, see if that momentum carries over.
We'll have to take a gander as we move on to Tower of Heaven. One of the weirdest things about characters like Ori or Forsburn or Rano, while they're not all the same archetype, they do all tend to like the same stages. So going to Tower of Heaven as Ori typically feels pretty good, but if you're Darai, you're like, all right, great, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, and like, that was 30-40% off of the missed waveline from Penguin, and she is feeling that. First stock goes over to Darai. Still pretty close, all things considered. Like, Ori has ways of closing this out. You can get like an up air off stage, the ever useful Nair bash, but you gotta find that opening in the first place. And it's like, you see Penguin's, like, she's getting a little antsy, and Darai is totally fine to take advantage of that. You can't afford to give, you know, an inch, because then the lead just gets extended that much further. And we see that Penguin at 90% and parry down strong. Sour is still enough. And another 2-stock lead here for Darai.
Just barely enough to get there. Just Darai is able to move as crisply as ever and looking like getting caught in his own movement while getting hit by Penguin's dash attacks. Some really atrocious DI. And I mean, Penguin, you're going to take those, but you also are going to feel pretty bad about having how hard you have to go and how far you have to take.
Yeah, and another just like massive drop off of like a missed waveland from Penguin, and it's looking like curtains here for the second game. Like, you're gonna need a massive comeback if you want to have any shot. But like, you find an opening, dash attack gets Darai away from you. Good drop down, waiting out for a parry. Darai doesn't do it, so she just pulls the trigger. But at the end of the day, parry strong attack. Are we gonna see it 3 games in a row? Is that gonna... Go ahead.
Yeah, he's just reacting to this. Like, one of the biggest differences, I feel like, when it comes to Darai's movement is he always kind of he's tending towards the inside of platforms a lot, especially on Tower of Heaven, using a lot of undershoots to anticipate Penguin's aggressive movement as Ori. So the switch over to the Absa, attempting to maybe slow things down, but Darai may not let you.
Yeah, I mean, Penguin's been going after this entire tournament, so it's like, it's always tough, even when it's to your main character making that swap when you just have been playing a secondary for so long. I mean, this is not looking much better than the Ori at this point. Down air up strong, really good DI from Penguin to survive, but the call out from Darai just going up there with the up air, it's not looking great.
Thank you, Jules, for that platform, for getting over there, allowing Darai to have a springboard to actually catch Penguin in the moment. You know, it's the stage we live on, but Penguin trying to get a little bit of control, but an amazing jump tech off of the corner to get back to stage so clean from Darai.
All right, and again, it's like, even versus the Absolute, even when you have, you know, the up B to kind of mix up your movement, Rano also has, Rano has a super jump, Rano has, you know, jump up air. Rano has a lot of ways to threaten vertical momentum, even, you know, if Penguin goes up for those, you know, cloud hops and all of that. So it's still pretty rough for Penguin to get out of disadvantage here. And the double up air again, you know, super hop up air and just double jump up air closes out the first stock. You know, Darai's one hit away from death, but that is not phasing him whatsoever.
Just keeps flowing. The follow of all of Penguin's DI has been so crispy here from Darai. Crossing up a little bit of words there, but the double jump after the dive kick and you're okay. I mean, almost surviving that.
Almost. Darai just bets it all on that fair, but I guess you got a little bit more in the bank. You got a full 2 stocks to work with, and so may not have worked out, but it was worth it. It was worth it for the Twitter clip if it hits.
You know, sometimes you're just trying to feel good as much as you're trying to get the good wins. And
you know,
if you're good.
When you have a frame 5 back air, take some risks. You know, you always got that in the back pocket.